This is set number 8058, Guardians of the Deep. Now, between this set, when I first got it, but I had a choice between this set and the Seabed Scavenger, because they're both $15, and I thought, they're both pretty good sets. In retrospect, I'm glad I got this one instead. Now, let's continue with the information. This is an Atlantis set from 2010, 144 pieces, 1 minifigure, ages 7 to 14. Retails for $15. Same as the Seabed Scavenger, which has 2 minifigures, but we don't have that one to do a face-off review or anything of that sort. We're just going to review this set. So, let's take a closer look at it now. I did finally find Bobby, as I said last night. He was actually in another set bin apart from this figure, so I did not expect that. So, you have your standard way of building the set. It's pretty structural, and it's good because we've had a few shark sets before, at least one I know of in Aqua Raiders, and I'm not sure if I'll do a comparison between the two sharks. It would be nice to compare them, but I might compare them just in their own reviews, because I've played with both many times, so I know how each of them work. And here we have all the sets shown in the back. I think? Never mind. I thought it showed the 349 sets too. It also shows these sets with all the minifigures, Atlantis on the website, and then it shows the piece count in the back, Lego Club, and the win section. Just as the typical stuff in the back of the instructions. So, let's take a closer look at our minifigure right now. Let's start with our minifigure of the set. This is the only minifigure we get, Bobby Bowie. And this is probably the cheapest way you can get him other than the Sea Jet, a $349 polybag boxed set. He has a very basic torso and overall the same printing as you see in other diver figures from the Atlantis series. The only difference is his face. It's a very similar face to some we've seen in Lego City and even other themes. And you can see he has a scared expression on the back of his head. The scared expression reminds me of one later seen in the Alien Conquest sets, because I think something like that is also used. Very nice printing on him, but again, not exclusive. We also get this shark red treasure key in the set. This is the cheapest way you can get it in any of the Atlantis sets. Except, I think there was a polybag for it, but it's kind of hard to find. Sorry about that. And now we'll take a look at our Guardian of the Deep. This is basically a large, very deep, dark shark with the main color scheme of black and yellow, which is kind of cool for the shark, because we don't see many in this color. And we haven't seen many shark builds either. Then again, we haven't had many underwater themes recently either. So for this shark, I like it a lot, although it does have a lot of stickers. One large one across the top of its forehead, with a lot of detail on it. One across each side, one here, one here, and there's also another large one on here, 3 of the stickers being on the back on one piece. And we do get a lot of posability with the shark, which I really like for this set. You have the arm that can move, they have the fins, excuse me, that can move pretty good up and down. They can also move back and forth, so you have it in a swimming motion. And then the arms themselves can move a bit in this direction, so you can really get the articulation for these fins to work in your favor. You have a lot of motion in this, even though it's in separate sections, it still works out pretty well. You also have on the back tail, you probably see already, it's been moving back and forth throughout the review. It does have a little bit of play here, as well as on the bottom. I don't think it's really intended for that, But I find it kind of odd how big of a tail it has in height comparison to its body. I guess it's okay, but maybe it's a little too big on here. I think the pieces may be a little bit too long. We also got some nice detail with these sharp pieces. And we also have maneuverability on the head. It can move back and forth, mainly, because of the way that it's sitting in there. And not actually too much moving around, excuse me. You just have basically 3 spots you can move it. You could turn the head sideways to get it into other ranges of motion. You turn upside down, but I don't think sharks' heads work all the way around except on Lego ones. And we also have very nice eyes here, very dark and, you know, ready for finding divers. We also get the main function of the set, which has these jaws opening up. And they open up very well because of these flexible pieces on the sides. We got one piece under here to help us move the jaw, so we can have them, like, talking or something. And I also like how the teeth line up, so it's nice and, you know, makes a full jaw look on the outside. You can also have the snap if you want it to, since the flexible pieces, you know, can allow for that. Usually just bend back anyways. You can have them swimming along. Ah! Well, there goes Bobby. And we also got a little bit of tongue detail inside of his mouth. You can see how that's built. So overall, I really like this shark. It does a little bit better than I thought it would, just for the fact that it has a lot of moving fin pieces, and, you know, the jaw is good for play, because you won't have a problem with it snapping off, because of those flexible pieces. It stays in place, and it also has a lot of moving around, so good effect on that. We also have lots of cool teeth pieces in this set. I just find it weird that it has such a large tail in the back. You can even see on the picture and next to the set, it looks a little bit off. I mean, I think it should have been, what I would think, you know, this is just a suggestion, it should probably be a little bit of a smaller tail. Not too small, but roughly like maybe the height of the fins on the top, so that it doesn't offset the body. Because it seems like too large of a tail. It could work for this figure, but I think it might be a little bit larger than it needs to be. So, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO set reviews. Dun, 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 dun.